Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Erin, and I am the Erintainer, here to Erintain you. And it has been a week, you guys, a whole week since I've seen you, and I missed you. I know I usually drop 3 videos a week, but I was out of town and I wasn't able to shoot because I was in like a hippie town and, living in the moment, swimming in ponds, getting coffee from the local cafe, doing some hippie. Anyways, I am here to bring you some joy on this Saturday. It's the summertime, and people be out there acting a little crazy in the summertime. They're acting a little entitled. I mean, I get it. If someone has a pool, you want to use it, but maybe let's use it with permission, okay? It's like, is it hot girl summer? For me, it is like swamp girl summer. It is hot out there. I will sit on my patio in the sun for 20 minutes, chugging my ice water, and then I will go inside where AC is. Gosh, I appreciate some good AC. Anyways, guys, let's jump right into today's entitled little biatch. Okay. Our neighbors have been having pool parties at our pool while we are not home for years. A few years ago, my husband and I purchased a house with a pool. Now we are acquainted with most of our neighbors, but definitely not close friends with any of them. They all seem nice, but we just don't have much in common other than where we live. Next door to the right is a family of 6. Wow. Twin daughters attending a local university, high school age son, and a young elementary school age daughter, maybe first or second grade, and the parents. Now, we normally open the pool in early May and leave it open until the end of October, but this year our weather was off and we had a very cool and very wet month of May, and then June went straight to 100 plus temps. I'm currently on a medication that makes it difficult for me to tolerate being in the sun and heat for an extended period of time. Plus, we've been helping 2 extended family members who have been having health issues. So, because of this, we haven't had our pool opened yet this year. Normally, we go to the family lake house for a week during each of the 3 major holidays, but we didn't go for Memorial Day because there was flooding around the lake this year and because a family member was just discharged from the hospital yesterday. And July 4th being a Thursday this year, we decided to stay home this week and be available to help this family member. Wow, aren't you guys just like really nice family members, sacrificing your own stuff to like make other people's lives better? We need more people like you. It's nice to not have a cheating story this week. Now, several times in June, the little girl next door has seen either my husband or myself outside, and she has asked, when are we opening the pool? We first told her maybe later, but the last time yesterday she asked, and I said, we're probably just not going to open it this year. And she started crying. Now, we have never had any of the neighbors over to use our pool, so I didn't understand why she was crying over us not opening our pool. Well, I spoke with the neighbor on the left later, and apparently our neighbors on the right have been having a small family party at our pool every 4th of July when we are gone. What? They have always cleaned up really well afterwards, and because we've scheduled pool maintenance and weekly yard service, occasionally things are moved around in our yard and we never thought much of it. The neighbor on the left thought we had given the other neighbors permission to use our pool. We did give them permission to retrieve any balls or toys that ended up in our yard, but never permission to use our pool, especially when we're not at home. We have a special latch on the gate, and my husband did show the neighbor how to open the gate to retrieve his kids' toys. So now my husband, who loves gadgets, is going to have several more cameras installed around the exterior of our house, covering the gate and pool area, and have the gate latch made where we can grant remote access for the pool service and yard men. Luckily, we have a friend who does cameras and automation systems. I'm annoyed our neighbors have been using our pool without permission, but my husband is happy I'm letting him get more gadgets around the house. Now, do we confront the neighbors and let them know we know they've been using our pool, or just wait and see if they say anything about our new security cameras? Ooh, this is interesting. First of all, that's freaking crazy. That is absolutely insane that these neighbors have been breaking into your property or breaking onto your property every year. I mean, that's such a massive liability too, like insurance-wise. Like if something happens during that weekend, that 4th of July party, maybe to one of the kids, one of the adults, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's effing crazy. People are so entitled, right? And look, it sounds like, I mean, look, I grew up pretty poor, so this all sounds like super rich people problems to me. It sounds like if you I've never had a friend who had a pool in the backyard until my adult life when it was still their parents who had a pool. So this just sounds like they're in a wealthy neighborhood. Their neighbor has a pool. This person also has like a lake house that they go to. If you're that person's neighbor, most likely you also have enough money to like go to a local pool or something. This is not sponsored, but there's a fun little thing called Resort Pass. You can just get a day pass to a fun pool and then you'll get drinks and food and it's a fun little pool day, right? You could do that. You don't break onto someone's property. Now, as for the confrontation, I don't know. Part of me feels like it'd be really satisfying, but I also feel like it could be even more satisfying if you just kind of let it play out. Because the neighbors have to know something if their child went home crying about the pool not being open. Like, I'm really sure that the kid probably told the parents and cried about the pool not being open. So, I don't know. I think you should like wait it out and kind of see what happens. And then it's kind of like you effed around and found out, you know? Like, I would say, like, if you catch them, like, install some kind of like crazy loud alarm on your camera so that when they like you see them in your backyard, if they do go out there, you literally just like blast the alarm. So it's so loud, so embarrassing. That's what I would do. I would I would open the pool just so I could catch them sneaking into the pool and then I would put the alarm on insanely loud and embarrass them and then maybe even have the cops come and just be like, "Oh, I mean, we didn't call the cops. That's just our security system. Maybe don't break onto our property anymore. Thank you." Full disclosure, I have snuck into a pool once. It was an apartment complex pool that I lived in. It was closed. It was off season and I was hanging out with a girl who was older than me and I wanted to look cool. So I climbed the fence with her and we hung out on the pool like cover and then we took the cover off the hot tub and hung out in the hot tub and then we left, but then the security camera caught us and I got in a lot of trouble. But I'd literally never gotten in trouble before. So I was grounded, but I was still allowed to like go take the dog on a walk. And that's how I would hang out with my friends. So I was grounded, but if I brought my dog to hang out with my friends around the neighborhood, that was fine. Because I'm a goody two shoes. Except for that one time I broke that rule. Oh my gosh. Okay, someone responds, I had this problem. When I left town, I put up a warning sign that stated the pool was being chemically treated and it was dangerous. Of course, I did no such thing. All I did was put up a sign. One day, I got a call from an ER because someone snuck into the pool and claimed they were injured by the chemicals. I told the doc they were faking it as the only thing I put up was the sign. Lawyer here, though not yours, you need to put up no trespassing signs, tell your neighbors they are not allowed on your property without explicit permission, and change the lock to the gate. Now that you know you are on notice and could be held liable if they are injured visiting your pool. Sucks, but it will be much less trouble than a lawsuit. I agree. All right, guys. All right. You know what we love? An update. We love a juicy update on this channel, and we got one. We got one, you guys. I gotta get a little more comfy for this. All right. Update. I didn't expect this to blow up like it has. Certainly didn't expect over 1,000 comments. I would love 1,000 comments. Y'all should comment. I've tried to read them all, and some were very creative and amusing to read. First of all, we don't want to hurt anyone or alienate our neighbors. We just don't want people using our pool without permission, and we don't want the liability associated with this activity. A few things I need to clarify. Yes, our backyard is fully fenced in with 2 gates. One in back is double locked from the inside. The side gate on the side of the garage nearest the neighbors in question has a double latch that you have to reach over the top and find not one, but 2 releases to open the gate. There is also an auto close that automatically closes the gate and latches it. I personally can't open the gate from the outside of the fence because I can't reach over that far to reach the 2 latches. The previous owner put this in and it has worked well for our yard crew and the pool maintenance people. We do have some cameras, a doorbell camera and a camera over our garage area. The garage camera picks up if someone goes towards the gate from the front, but we didn't want to invade our neighbor's privacy by recording their side garage door and gate to their backyard. Girlie, you gotta record it. Do it. Invade their privacy. They're invading your property. We even shared the camera angle with them because we didn't want them to be concerned about us recording their children or their coming and going. I guess we were more concerned about their privacy than they were about ours. Yeah, the fact that you even communicated with them that you were putting up security cameras and they had the audacity to be like, "Oh, there's no security cameras. Come on, my entire family. Let's teach you a valuable lesson about how we don't need to respect other people's property." Like, what are you doing? You should be embarrassed. Embarrassed. Anyways, the update. Thursday, July 4th morning, I was loading a few things in my vehicle to take to my cousin who'd just gotten out of the hospital. Neighbor husband, who has been gone a lot for work recently, saw me and came over and asked if I was getting a late start going to the lake. I let him know that we were staying home. Wow, so he's scoping it out. Rude. I let him know that we were staying home because we were helping my cousin who just got out of the hospital. He asked if we were going to be home all weekend. I said yes, one or both of us will be around all weekend. He quickly wished me a happy 4th and went home. I went back in to grab my purse and tell my husband about the conversation with the neighbor before I left. When I got home, Mike was there. Mike does security cameras and home automation systems, and my husband loves those gadgets. Mike and my husband have a plan for multiple cameras and several gadgets, some of which involve us going ahead and having the pool opened. I agreed to all but one of the new cameras and almost all the gadgets. I think husband put some in the plan knowing he would have to give up a few of them. Mike also suggested talking to our homeowner's insurance agent because we might be able to get some discounts with the security upgrades. So on Friday the 5th, Tom, our insurance guy, comes over and Mike is back and he has a drone to help him find the best camera positions. Really, I think he just wanted to show off his gadget. So husband, Mike, and Tom are outside and all around the house and occasionally inside. I look outside every so often, and at different times, other neighbors have come outside and down to our end of the street. So neighbors want to know what's going on. So husband tells them that we are concerned that someone or several people may have used our pool without permission while we were not home. It turns out that 2 different neighbors had witnessed some friends of the neighbors' children come over last year, and they and the neighbor twins had gone into our backyard. One neighbor even asked the girls, and they claimed that we let them come over all the time and use our pool. So at this point, husband and Tom discussed this, and Tom says we should send a registered letter to the neighbors rescinding our permission from entering our fenced-in backyard. So before Mike and Tom left, the neighbors on the right, pool party neighbors, come home, both husband and wife. Husband asks to talk to them, and with Mike and Tom as witnesses, he tells them that for insurance purposes, we are rescinding our permission for them or any member of their family or guests to enter our fenced-in backyard, and we will be sending a registered letter stating this as requested by our insurance. Husband never accused them or their children of using our pool, but said we had reason to believe that in the past our pool had been used without our permission. He did say that we had reason to believe that their older children might be friends with someone who has been in our pool. Husband also told them that we are changing the gate to have an automated lock and cameras will be installed around the pool area. He also assured them that we avoid the cameras pointed at their windows or backyard. Husband indicated that we were taking these measures to hopefully lower our homeowner insurance rates. Husband said that they exchanged a few looks between them, but they said they understood and appreciated the heads up. So hopefully the saga is over. But if there are any other updates, I will try to post them. Someone responds, The petty in me would not have been this mature. I know. I was thinking I was hoping the outcome would be a little more juicy. I don't know, maybe you catch them in the act and make it a whole thing. Don't say rescind your permission to enter the property because that implies that you once gave them permission, which I guess you did to go fetch their balls or whatever. But I would want them to know. I would want to be like, "How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?" But I guess this is the mature thing to do, but sometimes you don't wanna be mature. Sometimes you wanna be petty AF, and I would have loved a little more pettiness here. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that this didn't get a little more petty. But guess what? You can tell me how you would have handled this situation a little more pettily. I would have you know what I would have done? I would have been like, "Hey, neighbor, can I grab your phone number just for emergency purposes if anything happens when we go out of town?" And then I would get recorded footage of them sneaking into my backyard. And then I would text him and say, "If this happens again, I'm going to the police." Boom. That's what I would do. Being so petty. Oh, yeah. That's what I would do. Probably not. I don't know if I'd have the balls to do it. Or vagina, because those are, stronger. They handle more pain, technically, because they give birth. Anyways, guys, that is all I have for you today. If you have a wild, crazy story, you can email me at theerintainer@gmail.com. Or if you have a crazy Reddit story, please send it to me as well. I appreciate your support. I adore all of you, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye, y'all. Take care of yourselves and be safe, okay? Okay. 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 Bye.